The travel market is just full of these giants, right? And they're all selling pretty much the same package tours. But one company is making a totally different bet. They believe the journey itself matters way more than just the destination. This is the story of Kiigo and how they're trying to fundamentally change the way we explore the world.
So, if you've traveled recently, you've probably felt this exact tension. On the one hand, you've got the standard vacation. It's easy, sure, but it's also got these rigid schedules, you end up in tourist traps, and it feels like you're just ticking off a checklist. But on the other hand, there's the dream of a true journey. Flexible, authentic, full of hidden gems and experiences you'll actually remember. The problem? Planning that on your own can be a huge headache. And that right there, that's the exact dilemma Kiigo was born to solve. So, how does Kiigo actually plan to solve this? Well, it all kicks off with a completely new way of thinking about travel. Kiigo was born from this deep frustration with those one-size-fits-all options. It was designed to be way more than just another booking site. It's a platform built for travelers who really believe the good stuff is found in the discoveries you make along the way. And their whole philosophy really boils down to this one powerful idea. Keep going, keep exploring. Now, this isn't just some catchy marketing slogan they came up with. No, this is literally the company's DNA. It's a real commitment to perpetual motion, to endless curiosity, and it's baked into every single thing they offer. And what's really cool is that this whole identity is baked right into the name itself. Kiigo is a deliberate play on the words keep go. It's meant to capture that restless spirit of never settling, of always pushing forward to find something new, something more meaningful when you're out there traveling. So everything they do rests on these three core values: freedom, exploration, and sharing. They are absolutely laser focused on giving you the freedom to create your own trip, on pushing for deep, immersive exploration over just surface level sightseeing, and on building a real community where travelers can share their tips and inspire each other. Okay, so a great philosophy is, well, it's great, but let's be real. How does a small company even begin to compete with the industry's titans? Kiigo's answer is in a very specific and, frankly, a very clever strategy. Right off the bat, they made a super smart and honestly crucial decision. They absolutely refused to get into a price war with the big guys. They know that trying to offer the cheapest Okinawa day tour is a losing battle. It's a race to the bottom, and it's a race they have no intention of running. And this chart, this really breaks down their whole playbook. You see, the big players completely own what's called the first circle. That's the mass market, the people focused almost entirely on convenience and price. Kiigo just sidesteps that fight completely. Instead, they're targeting the second circle, a niche of really dedicated travelers who want depth and unique experiences, and they're looking for the exact things the giants just don't offer. And if you look at their products, you can see this strategy in action. Only about 20% of what they sell are those standard, popular tours, really just to get people in the door. The other 80%, the vast majority of their business, is all dedicated to those second circle products, deep thematic tours and unique, value-added services. That's where they create their real value. So what does a second circle product actually look like? Yeah, we are not talking about a simple bus tour here. We're talking about things like a fully planned, professionally guided cycling tour around an island, or an in-depth ecological trip led by actual experts, or even exclusive services like having a professional photographer and videographer with you to document your journey. These are experiences, not just tickets. All right, so they've got this great philosophy, a really clever strategy, but what's the plan? Where are they going from here? Well, Kiigo has a very deliberate roadmap to grow from just a booking platform into a thriving, self-sustaining community of explorers. They're not trying to do everything at once, which is smart. They have this phased rollout. They start with an MVP, a minimum viable product, to pull in those first users with a mix of popular tours and their unique photo service. Phase 2 is all about building out the community with social features, and only then, once that foundation is solid, do they move to Phase 3, a full-on expansion of their specialized tours into totally new markets. It's a classic playbook. Start small, build a loyal base, and then scale up. Now, financially, they are absolutely playing the long game. When you see that projected loss in year 1, don't panic. That's not a mistake. That's the plan. That's a strategic investment. It's money being spent on marketing and building the brand. The whole idea is to absorb that initial cost to build a loyal customer base, which then lets them swing to profitability in year 2, all driven by those high-value second circle offerings. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? Kiigo's entire strategy is a bet that modern travelers are just hungry for something more. They're not just selling you an itinerary, they're building a platform to enable and empower your own personal discovery. They want to be a partner in your exploration, not just another checkout page. Which brings us to a final thought. If we all agree that the real magic of travel is in the discovery, in the journey itself, it kind of makes you wonder, are we planning our own trips in a way that really honors that idea? Something to think about for your next adventure. Thanks for tuning in.